Good morning. Good morning. Let's do this. So, fucking crazy squirrels out there. Um, I think I finally broke the sickness, so it's good. Um, like I said, these videos are for me. So, hi, Katie. I do these videos. The reason that I've been doing these videos is so a lot of times we're able to give other people advice, but not take it ourselves. And I noticed uh, that like I can give a lot of good advice out, and a lot of times it just comes from like this unknown like well of wisdom, because wisdom and knowledge is different, and wisdom comes with experience, knowledge comes with studying, and and sometimes it'll even shock me. I'll be like, damn, like why motherfucker, why aren't you using all of that and applying it? And so I believe, okay, so I'm connected with spirit. All right. Some of you believe whatever you want to believe, but I believe that because people think, you have a voice in your head, right? But if you notice at times that voice changes, okay? And also sometimes you get an instinct. Yeah, that's such a sign right there. I just had a black cat walk right by my window, and now a Tammy gray cat walk by that I'd never been by before. And I know the animals in my neighborhood. But that's what I'm talking about, spirit. No coincidences, right? There is no such thing as chance. Chance is just but an event that we weren't prepared for. But anyways, so I believe I listen to the voice in my head. I listen to the voices, and I listen to spirit, and I try to lately. I've been trying to be like, okay, so what am I going to talk about on these next videos? Because really, these videos, it's cool and all to put online or whatever, and I'm just trying to get some feedback on it. But I do these videos so that I can go back and study myself and, you know, like pick up stuff that I have spoken about, because, you can plan and plan and plan, but a lot of times like the best work that you do is just the stuff that you can come up with on the spot. Like it's good to plan, don't get me wrong. And I'll talk about planning and manifestations and dreaming and your vibrations, and that's why I'm even bringing that up, is because a lot of the themes of these videos will be about your vibrations, will be about spirit, will be about the divine, will be about internal stuff, and reflecting uh like peer support type stuff. That's what I'm going to school for right now. And so um man, there's so much stuff that I've wanted to record, right? I like my mind will jump from one thing to the next, so I'll try to focus. I want to talk about though abundance, right, and vibration and gratitude. I want to touch base on it because this goes with change. This goes with um some of the things I touched base on already. Love. When you have an attitude of gratitude, right? Everybody knows. Like, let's take the spiritual thing out. Scientifically, you know that you have a magnetic field pulsing around your body. This can be proven. They can video it. They can take a picture of it, whatever. Okay. There are things that you can do, breathing exercises, meditations, that literally change your magnetic field, right? Extends it. And these are your vibrations. And your vibrations are very important because that's what reacts with everything around you. That's one of your unseen senses that comes with your intuition. People could say vibrations, whatever, that's bullshit. Okay, check this out. You remember when you were younger in high school? You go to a party. You walk in, everything's cool. Everybody's doing their thing or whatever. There's always that one person that you're like, man, I don't like that person. You ain't vibing with them. Okay, that's a vibration. Your two vibrations and frequencies don't vibe. Okay, now let's flip that. Then now you with your girl, your high school sweetheart, whatever, you just meeting her, you guys go get fucking ice cream or whatever. You feeling her. She feeling you. You are vibrating. That sounded weird. Y'all vibrate on the same frequency. You know what I mean? And so vibrations are real. And the reason to have the try to train your mind to put out a vibration of gratitude and abundance is because, like I've said before, the universe will provide you with the same frequency. So you, on a practical level, even if you don't believe in the spiritual level, at least you'll be able to start seeing things that correlate with your mood, right? If I'm in a shitty mood and I'm driving, looking, that's where road rage comes in. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find shit that's in the same pattern that I'm in. You know what I mean? Uh, if you are in a mood, or let's say if you are practicing emotions and training your thought to alter your emotions for gratitude, what happens one is if you start showing gratitude, here's what's crazy, and this is where it's a trick, right? So if you feel in lack, but you're still in a good mood, it doesn't matter. The like when you show lack, the universe picks this up that you're showing lack, right? And that's what it responds back to, is that you feel lack, like you have lack in your life. You're not, you know what I mean? You're missing out. Okay. This is why it's important, because the universe doesn't have a will. That's why I keep trying to tell people, like, and when I talk about the universe, I'm not talking about the divine. I'm talking about the microcosm, macrocosm, cosmic orchestra, play, dance that's going on all around, right? Here in the cosmos, right? There's a symphony going on, right? And you need to be able to play the right strings to match the symphony of the universe, so that way you can move in a flow, a good pattern of energy, right? So I try to practice gratitude and say what I'm thankful for, what I have, right? I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. And not focus on what I don't have. And in turn, I am provided with more, right? Because there's steps to things, you know? You only get what you're ready for. You're only going to receive what you're ready for. That's why people struggle. People struggle with God, right? And they blame things on God. Well, I'm mad at God because of this. I'm mad at God because of that. That's because you say that you're ready for something, but really you're not truthfully ready for it. You want something, but you're not ready for it. You're not willing to put in the work. You're not willing to even take the time to be grateful for what you have. So when you practice, okay, so here's a trick. I try to think back on moments in my life, boom, 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 right? Of when things were fucking great. Like, or times were like a happy moment for me, a grateful moment for me. And this is where gratitude, this is where focus and visualization comes in. So I try to visualize myself in that moment when I'm meditating. Okay. So that way I can program my body, like I talked about the other day about programming your emotions to release certain chemicals, but program my body to constantly snap back into that vibration pattern. Because you just like you could listen to an old song and it'll bring up emotions, right? And it'll affect your day. Well, it's the same thing with visualizing a good moment in time, right? It will affect your day and it will put out a vibration. And so I try to be consciously aware of like this dance that goes on in your mind of what what am I thinking about, and thoughts have vibration. Thoughts are energy, right? And put it on a vibration of gratitude and abundance. So that way the universe will respond to me and bring that more to me in gratitude and like I show gratitude, it gives me abundance. Okay. The reason you do that is let's go back to meditation real quick. Because some people had messaged me about like, well, what do you do? What helps you? There's several things that I've been doing. Okay. I would say the biggest thing that I do now is I try to be present. Like, think about think about how many times that you're actually present in the now, in the moment. This means you're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about this. You're not thinking about the future, right? Because the past is depression. Thinking about the future is anxiety, right? That's how that works. And to stop and be present. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, man, this shit's hard. What I learned is that your body, and this goes with microcosm, macrocosm. And in other words, microcosm is that the inner stuff that's going on in your body correlates to the outer universe. Okay. The macrocosm. Your body does things that you can stop and pay attention to, like your breath. So every time I take a breath and I pay attention to it, at that moment, that one moment that I stopped and paid attention to my breath, I'm present, like fully present in the moment, right? Even right now, I've switched back from not being fully present in the moment because I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about. But I do little things like that because when you do those, at those moments, when I stop and I breathe and I become present, I focus on my breath, I say thank you to the divine. I show gratitude. I try to plant a little seed, right, in there, in this space of being present. I have a friend I've been talking to. He's a good buddy of mine, but you know, a lot of us, especially us in recovery, we're always like, I went to a meeting and dude was like, it was a good meeting. He was like, man, he's like, I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a narcissist, but he's doing good. Like this dude's been sober for a long time. And I'm thinking like, nah, homeboy, you're not none of that. That's past content. Okay. So many people are living in the past of, I used to do the same thing. Like, yeah, I done fucked up shit. No, listen, I am only who I am right now at this exact moment, which is the person that is speaking right now at this exact moment is only who I am and only who I ever been. All the past shit is just content, old past content, but that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's a conditioning. Those are conditions and content. And so this goes with meditating and the reason why it's important to meditate and still your mind. And it's hard at first. Like think about when's the last time that you have been able to not have a thought go in your mind, not think about something. Think about that. Well, I've been able to train my mind. I can go for about 10 minutes now while I'm meditating. I'm talking about no thoughts, nothing. I'm just in the moment, not even thinking about the moment. And it's crazy because what has happened is it's helped me with my recovery. It's helped me with my relationships. It's helped me with my anger. It's helped me with all this stuff. But it's helped me with my manifestations and somebody asked me about manifestations. This is the difference between manifestations and dreams, right? Manifestation is with intention and desire followed by focus. Dreaming is with a sensation, not really paying attention. So you can sit there and daydream. And we do that a lot. But that's all it is. And in a daydream, and dreaming, really, to be honest with you, it sets you up to feel like you dream about like, man, I wish I had $2 million. I wish I had this girl, whatever. And you're just dreaming about it. There's no action behind it to make it possible. So really, it's like a huge letdown. That's why it's important not to really daydream or dream about stuff that you don't have a serious desire. You have to take the time. You have to have a burning desire and then an intention and then manifest it. Manifesting is when you take a thought and you make it into reality, right? You plan for this. I'm going to manifest this. Like a manifesto is a destination. I'm going here. I'm not just dreaming about, well, okay, this is where I'm going to go or this is what I want. I'm saying I'm have such a desire for this that it's not just a dream. And here's the thing, most good ideas, most manifestations do start as a dream, right? But it starts when you start doing introspection, which I talked about a lot. And it starts when you start changing and you say, okay, this dream, right? I'm starting to have a desire now for it. It's not just something that I fantasize about. Like I have a burning desire for this. So now I'm going to put into actions to obtain this. Now it goes from a dream to a goal. And you have to really really train your mind. Like your mind is really your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart. And there some of the things I say might not make sense to some people, and some people it will make sense. And that doesn't mean I'm any smarter or anything else. That just means I'm different. You know what I mean? I'm different, and I'm thinking differently because of what I was doing wasn't working. And I also want to touch base on this. I got a lot of homeboys, homegirls that are struggling with addiction still, right? And I had a good friend of mine call me up, and he's going off. You know what I mean? He's on a psychosis. Here's the thing, people. When you fast, when your body starts shutting down, this happens when people die, your brain turns on, right? So when you see these people out in the streets and they're talking crazy and you're like, they're just tweakers, okay, I understand that. But here's what's crazy is that some of it is psychosis from the drugs, but also some of it is like what's been practiced for thousands and thousands of years from sages and mystics and priests and all this stuff. When they fast, it helps you go into the spiritual realm, right? Because it activates different parts of your brain because your body, the silent intelligence that, you know, like your body has this silent intelligence that like it just automatically breathes for you. You know what I mean? It automatically does things for you. When your body is no longer receiving the nutrients, it shuts down. Okay, when you use methamphetamines, it heightens these synapses going off in your brain, right? The problem is also burning shit in your brain. So when I say your perception is your reality, these people are and I don't say these people because I'm part of that, but I'm just in the recovery part of it. You see what I'm saying? That's something that I outgrew. And yes, some of it is psychosis. And I'm trying to tell him that. And he's like, no, bro, everybody keeps saying that. I'm like, brother, when's the last time you've been sober? He's like, it's been like over a year. But it ain't the meth, bro, because I got like ADHD and all. No, homie, listen, I understand, you know, because he's telling me some crazy shit that I also went through, that I still go through. And I've been clean and sober for a long time. And I'm like, okay, some of it is psychosis, right? But the word psychosis has been around before meth. The word that it it's hard to touch base on it because some people won't understand, but the people that are suffering from drugs, meth in particular, and that's why they always think that people are out watching and all this stuff. What they don't realize is that the reason that they sit in their house and they think there's people out in the bushes is that they're seeing spirits. It's a fact. And you can go online and you notice now there's a lot of people talking about soul tribes and how they're talking about spirit told me this, spirit told me that don't do drugs. But here's the problem is that they're unstable, right? They're not taking care of their bodies. Their mind isn't healthy, right? That doesn't mean that what they're going through, they're not experiencing. And at the very least, on a practical level, you can't tell somebody, this is why I learned how to do agree to disagree. Okay? Like, my girl could say that the sky is fucking purple and pink. And I cannot tell her different, even though we're all seeing it as blue. It's purple and pink. I'll be like, baby, it is. That's a great purple. That's a great pink, huh? But I'm seeing it as blue. You know what I mean? When somebody really believes something, that's what they believe. That's their reality, okay? So, I see a lot of these videos on like how to spot a tweaker and how to spot a crackhead. I think that shit's kind of fucked up. Personally, I think it's fucked up. Now, also, I have no sympathy for those, especially the ones that are my age and my friends that are still doing it. Like, I have no sympathy for them. I stopped sympathizing. Like, I can show some empathy and compassion, but I don't sympathize with you. You know what I mean? Because I'm not in that category no more. Like, I moved outside of that category. I real quick, because I know some of them are watching this. If what you're saying is going on, right? You're saying the Illuminati, Jesus, they're trying to end you, gang stalking, okay? I went through the same thing. But the only difference between myself and you is that it was so real to me. Because some of y'all, like, it's been going on for 5 years, 10 years. Okay, yeah, I went through the same. It was so real for me that the little short 2 years that I did do meth, I said, okay, and y'all are smart enough, right? The ones I'm talking to, you are smart enough to figure this out. If it's that real to you, where you're carrying a gun and you're calling me and talking about you're going to kill this person, blah, 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 bro, okay, and most of y'all been to prison, okay, switch back to the prison mentality, okay? Switch back to the prison mentality and start thinking, at the very least, okay, this stuff's really going on. You really believe it. Now, what can I do to prove it? One thing is to be like, all right, this is what I did. I said, this shit is for real. And nobody believed me. I had to quit doing drugs just to make sure. That's how real it was for me. I quit doing drugs because it was so real that I was like, I had to know for sure. I quit doing certain things and started marking them off. Okay, boom, I'm not doing this no more, but it's still happening. Boom, I'm not doing this no more, but it's still happening. So that way, when I'm trying to explain people, because if you ain't figured it out, we're going through an awakening, right? And your perception is your reality. So if you see demons, even though they're spirits probably trying to help you, they're going to be demons. You can't see what's really going on. So at the very least, start Xing some things out. Make a list of it. If what you're talking about, I mean, some of them are like, and I went through this, like people are following me. They're doing this, they're doing that. Okay, why would they be following you? What do you know? What benefits do you have that they need from you? Are you that high up that you're being followed? Or are you you're not paying attention to the small details? At least give yourself a chance to say, okay, this is really going on. And they believe that. And I believe them because it really is going on, because it's been years for me and it still goes on. Here's the thing though, that's because I'm a chosen one. I'm a light worker, right? The only way that your third eye opens is through very serious practice, meditation. You're either naturally gifted with it, you're born with it, or you go through a traumatic experience, okay? That's why you see these people on the streets, homeless people, talking to themselves, talking crazy on the buses and stuff, because they've been through a traumatic experience. Trauma, right? And the drugs have forced open their mind, even though it's in a negative way. but they were not prepared for the awakening. So they're confused on the information they're getting, the downloads, the spirit, what the spirit's saying. And when you're on drugs and you've been up for a week and you start hearing voices, like you change the voices, because what happens is that spirit's saying this, but you have a lens in front of you, which is the veil. That's what they talk about in the Bible. And you have this veil in front of you, and then you have all your past experiences and content, and it distorts the word. It's like, when you were in school and the teacher said pink elephant, and then you had to whisper it to the next kid. By the time it gets around, it's a fucking giraffe on roller skates and fucking a skateboard with ice cream, and it was supposed to be a pink elephant. You get what I'm saying? Because it's been passed, right? So at the very least, brothers, sisters, the ones that are struggling with it, if what you think is going on, okay, give yourself some space. Take a second to back up. Don't just run into it headlong. Because what you're thinking is going on, but it's not how you think it is. Or I said that wrong. There is stuff going on, but it's not how you think it is. If it means that much to you, where you're out running and you're like fucking watching people and got a pistol and you're talking and messaging people and you're thinking and the FBI's following you, and okay, I understand. To me, at least for me, that's why I say go back to the prison mentality. I'm gonna do process of elimination. Okay. Why would they be following me? Well, fuck. I ain't done anything. And out of all this time, real quick, even I went through the same thing. Like after 3 years, I was like, well, fuck. Ain't nobody ever ran in my house, even though I spent many nights thinking they're coming in now. Cartel's coming in. Fucking FBI's coming in. For what? I ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody ever touched me. Ain't nobody ever did anything to me. Spirit is out there. That's what's going on. And if they're trying to communicate with you, that's a reason. So take the time to dig into it. Get sober. You know what I mean? Unless you want to keep running around being insecure. Unless you want to keep having these same girlfriends and boyfriends that are doing the same thing, tweaking and doing whatever the fuck, which is fine, do that. But here's the other thing. There's a lot of us, there's a lot of people that could really learn from you if you took the time to get sober and clean and get back to the same community. That's what I do, okay? You have an experience. People can relate to you. Get what I'm saying? The convict code, the street code, that shit's dead. Because here's the thing. Who's showing up for you? Who is showing up for you? Show up for yourself. Show up for your family. If you don't have a why on why you do things, if it's just for yourself, okay, I understand. That's cool. That's what's up. You know what I mean? It's easy to just do whatever the fuck you want. But the ones that I'm speaking to and they know I'm speaking to them, you do have family. You do have kids. Now, don't get me wrong. I've fucked up before, but I'm not a fuck up. I've done this. I've cheated, done all that. But that's not who the fuck I am. I've treated people who were very important to me. I have a kid that I don't know. But that's not who I am. That was immaturity and stuff, right? And I'm learning from that. And the best way to get back, to show them, hey, look, I'm going to fix this mistake, is by living good now. So I can't tell you what to do in the middle of your psychosis. But I can tell you that I love you. I'm not out to get you. But please don't call my phone. Period. Don't call me with it. I got other things going on. Yeah, I'm starting peer support. That's what I'm learning. But you're not ready for that. You don't want support. You just want to keep running in circles. Okay, well, you keep running in circles, bro. I'm going forward. You know what I mean? Anyways, I got off topic there. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but remember this: love, nothing defeats love. Nothing. And for some that are struggling, and they're like, man, I tried. Try again. Try again. Try again. You're still alive. Try again. Try again. Recovery does happen. And it's fucking awesome. It's great. It's great not to have to, like I was telling fucking somebody who's starting to become real close to me. I ain't gonna mention no names, but I said, it's nice that I don't have to fucking plan to not have food. It's nice that I don't have to plan on where I'm gonna sleep. I could call people now and be like, hey, I need $100. And they don't even question it. They know I ain't doing drugs. They know what I need it for. You get what I'm saying? It's nice that people can call me and be like, hey, I need $100. It's nice. It feels good. It's nice that I can see my kids. It's nice that my kids know me. Life gets better. Take it every day. Don't live in the future. Don't try to live too much in the past unless you're doing introspection. And take space away from the world when you start thinking about the past, right? But don't let it sit on your mind for too long. Love, peace, prosperity. Y'all have a good day.